Hello, welcome back to Frag Chat with me, Smelly, and her...
Smurfy!
So, welcome to 2020. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Hope you've had a great 2019 and looking forward to an even better 2020. So, tonight we're going to be having a look at... Actually, a really exciting one tonight because we're going to be having a look at two new brands. One is a totally new brand from Peter from Fragrance View.
Yeah,
Centauri.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to be having a look at a couple of recent releases from Zoologist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's proper niche stuff here.
Yes.
Upper level of what I do on my channel, really. Which is not saying much compared to the rest of the drivel that I churn out. So let's have a look. And so the lovely Claire is here. And you've been talking about these on your channel already, haven't you? So they're not totally new to you.
So I've done a couple of live streams where I've sniffed the new ones from Peter's line, Fragrance View Centauri.
Right. Yeah.
And I've also unboxed and sniffed the new fragrance from Zoologist Bee.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't done the other one from Zoologist that we're going to be doing today. So
that will be something new.
And this is obviously bringing it to your audience.
Indeed. Yes. And drink of the night? I'm having my first drink in one of Claire's much talked about. These have been causing quite a stir on your live streams, haven't they?
Midnight in Paris-esque glasses.
And so what's in yours?
Mine is vodka and Diet Coke.
Mine's actually Stella Lager because normally I don't really like craft beer.
That is not classy. That is not a James Bond drink.
No. But I went to the nearest place to Claire tonight, which this was actually... about the best lager.
The best you can get
they
there?
didn't even have any good Polish lagers, which is just,
I'm sorry about
unacceptable. But it was fine, yeah. So let's get it on to more highbrow matters then. Which one should we do first then?
What do you reckon? Should we start with B?
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Let's start with B.
So Zoologist Bee has been the much talked about, and I think according to Victor Wong, the main man, zoologist, the zookeeper as you call him.
Yes.
The head of the perfume house, Zoologist. It's been a big seller, hasn't it?
Yes.
He's kind of really sold out this one.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's taken the fragrance community by storm. Lots and lots of really good reviews. A lot of people are putting it in their number one or best of 2019 releases. And I can see why. Yeah. I really can.
So this is obviously, just in case anyone's not massively familiar with Zoologist Perfumes, they have a long line of fragrances featuring animal names of all kinds of weird ones. Rhinoceros, have to be careful because I get it wrong. T-Rex, elephant.
Nightingale, macaque.
As in the monkey, yeah. So very, very innovative for Perfume House. Lovely, beautiful bottle designs, and this one is the latest in a long line from them. And perhaps you can tell us a bit more about it, Claire.
So B has, I'll read you the notes actually, just in case I miss any. It is of course based around honey, and it's an extract of parfum, and we have notes of orange, ginger syrup, royal jelly, broom, heliotrope, mimosa, orange flower, benzoin, labdanum, musks, sandalwood, and tonka, and vanilla. So I think you can get the ginger syrup in the opening, which is pretty much still on the paper because we sprayed 10 minutes ago. Yeah,
it's my first experience of it. We sprayed it about 10 minutes ago. It's very much in keeping with what you would think you would get from... that was I thought that as I said, yeah. If you'll pardon the pun, yeah. Oh, well, not a pun, but
really
it's
bad pun.
It's in tune with what you'd expect from a fragrance called Bee, whereas some of them, the animal's a bit more hard to pin down. Here, okay, you'd expect it to smell like honey.
It's very much a honey fragrance.
And of course, honey has floral notes in it naturally, doesn't it? And it's got plenty of floral notes in it too. The perfumer, by the way, is... Cristiano Canali.
Yeah, so he's a new and upcoming perfumer.
Great presentation.
A couple of chats on groups where people are really loving his work. He's very new. He's very young. I can't list anything he's done at the moment, but he has. He's definitely got a following already for a young perfumer. And based on this fragrance, I for one would be checking out what else he's done because I really like this.
Right. So because you've spent more time with it than me. how do you feel about this one overall?
Overall, it is a love from me. It's 100% a gourmand fragrance.
A gourmand,
yes,
you would say?
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
Because of the honey, because it has almond facets, because it's got heliotrope, which smells powdery and almondy. It's got vanilla. It's got the ginger syrup, which the ginger in here, ginger can come off very soapy, but it doesn't in here. So it literally smells like almost like a treacle with ginger. It's got a sugary, gingery aspect to it, which I really love. It reminds me of broken up bits of honeycomb, the sweet that you can buy and eat, not honeycomb that comes out of a beehive.
Not the
like the inside of a crunchy bar.
If you're in the UK, crunchy bars, do you have them in the States or elsewhere in the world?
Yeah, I
One
don't know,
of the
what
best
would they
chocolate
be?
bars out there,
It's
isn't
a
it?
good chocolate bar, and actually, it's not the most fattening. It's like one of the better.
No, because there's a lot of air in the crunchy bit. But still one of the most nice.
It's really good.
Like when you were a kid and you didn't know how many calories, you still would often
choose
pick
a crunchy.
that because it's really nice over a Mars bar maybe.
I would choose it over a Mars bar every second of every day.
Me too.
But it's like the inside of a crunchy bar.
Yeah.
In the opening.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
Very vibrant, very lively. To me, it's very happy making. I smell that and I just my face lights up with a smile, and it just makes me happy. And it might be the memories of the excessive amounts of honeycomb that my mum bought me. Or I don't know, but it just really makes me happy. And then as it dries down, I start to get the almond from the heliotrope, which is like powdery, and the vanilla comes through a lot more. And it just gives you this beautiful hum of gorgeousness, almost like a bee buzzing, like bzzz. I love it. Yeah.
You're trying to take on Katie Puckrick there with your descriptive abilities.
I think I'm failing quite miserably.
No, it's very successful. I definitely get a waxiness. I know that's kind of old beeswax, but I get a waxy sort of feeling.
Yeah.
And my mum used to buy this, you could get it from Boots, maybe still can, Royal Jelly moisturiser type stuff, which is very, very strong smelling. And I get a bit of, if you've ever smelled Royal Jelly themed things, which is a note in here, I don't even know what it is, but it's some kind of byproduct of
because
bees,
people take it as a supplement.
Oh, okay.
But
I get the smell of this Royal Jelly moisturiser that my mum used to use. So it's very, very interesting and very, very nice. Kind of airy, and it's not super gloopy and sweet. It's got
heavy,
floral airiness as well as sweetness. Do you think?
So you've got the orange blossom as well, and it does have a more ethereal feel than you might expect from the notes.
Yeah.
It's not too heavy.
So I think you were saying just before we came on air that you feel this would fit into the more wearable category of the zoologists, because some of them are more challenging, aren't they?
I would say I would put it in the category with nightingale, hummingbird, chameleon.
One of your favourites, chameleon, isn't it? Yeah. So we're both rather impressed with that one on first impressions. I guess stereotypically you would probably call that more of a feminine leaning fragrance.
Possibly because of the florals and the sweet aspects. But if you're a chap who's okay with gourmands, then I don't see why.
If you're into fragrances,
it would be
seriously,
a problem.
you've probably gone beyond worrying too much. Oh, that's girly, that's masculine. So you can still totally love that one as a bloke, I think. So really great stuff from the Canadian-based perfume house from Victor Wong, and of course the artwork.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is almost worth the entry fee alone. Oh, but speaking of entry fee, just ballpark. Do we roughly remember how much this costs?
It's just under $200.
And that's a 60ml bottle.
Yeah, it's one of the more expensive from the line.
Oh, is it?
But I'm guessing that's down to the ingredients.
Yeah. Okay, so it's reasonably expensive, but there are many more.
Parfum, and
there are many more expensive fragrances, and
it certainly has a uniqueness.
Yeah, you can say that. It's a kind of a work of art, and almost even a conversation piece, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know, people who are not into perfumes are going to go, "What the hell's that you've got on your mantelpiece, Bee?"
Yeah, I got comments. I asked my colleagues at work. I've got 2 colleagues that I work with, and both of them gave it a massive thumbs up. So, in terms of whether it's a bit too weird for the everyday person, I'd say it's not actually too. It's very unusual, but it's not too weird.
Okay,
it's likable.
So let us know if you've tried Bee, and definitely, but positive first impression from me, and slightly more than a first impression from you that you're a fan.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, now they had another one that came out in 2018 in the sort of the middle of the year, summertime.
Was it 2018?
19, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm lost. Sorry. Yeah, last year.
Last year, summertime.
Yeah, 2019 summertime, and that is
Squid.
Where is it? Oh,
You've got it.
Squid. Now we just have a travel spray of this one. Again, the amazing artwork, which of rather ugly looking squid with a hat on. So make of that what you will, but it's still beautifully drawn.
It's
gorgeous,
and
if you can just about make out the juice colour there, has that sort of turquoise blue, hinting at a sort of aquatic scent, but you know more about what's in it than me, I think.
Actually, I can't remember the notes, but I put it on my phone, which is over there. Shall I get it?
Should we? Do you want me to run and get it?
I'll get it, or you get it.
Okay, I'll go on then.
Okay.
I'll fill.
You fill.
God, this could be awkward. So yes, Squid. We had the chance to try this one out. We visited Bloom Perfumery in London, in Covent Garden, in the summer, late summer or midsummer of last year, and it was all the rage back then. But it's certainly, well, first of all, being called Squid, that hints at it being aquatic, but it's hardly aqua di Gio. You know, it's clearly a bit more of a quirky title.
Yeah.
So what's going on in this one?
On Fragrantica, it says, Zoologist Squid sings a song of the sea, a melancholy tale told through tangy brine, crisp incense and sweet cloudy ink, all united by the moody aroma of ambergris. Like the endless depths that inspired it, this elegant scent ripples with mystery. So we've got in here pink pepper,
bloody Fragrantica.
amyl salicylate.
Oh, one of my favourites. That.
Yeah. Incense.
Why doesn't Fragrantica give you a note listing, not
ink,
pictures?
Apoponax is a sweet myrrh. We've got sea salt, musk, and benzoin, and ambergris.
Now, if I was out on an evening and someone said, "Oh, you smell nice. What's that you're wearing?" Squid. Oh, right.
I think you got
Doesn't
a bit of paper
sound
with
great, does it?
over there.
But that doesn't do justice to how nice this smells.
I was really surprised when we first tested this in the summer, how it starts off so sea-like, seaweed,
it is aquatic,
sea foam, and then how it goes incensey. So it's like two very different things. I think the sea is so far removed from incense, but it goes from the sea to really incensey.
Yeah. I do really get that light blue. There is a hint of masculine, aquatic, fresh fragrances to me, even like Versace Pour Homme or Acqua di Gio, the original. There's a hint of that, but there's a lot more going on than that. But you do get that light blue, ozonic, fresh sea breeze kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more three-dimensional than that, and then there's a lot more other weird, not weird, but slightly more complex things.
There's a sweetness in there. We both sort of felt there was a sweetness in there, which might be the sweet myrrh, could be the benzoin coming through, but it does have that kind of inky, briny feeling in the opening, but it's not too hard to wear, I don't think.
I think that's actually, Squid makes you think it's not.
You think
it's going to be
squids,
weird.
I mean, squids are ugly and like they're kind of gross, but that's not a gross fragrance, which you might expect it would be, and it really isn't.
It's sort of like the really completely niche answer to Pacific Rock Moss by Garfield and Banks.
No, you're right. I think that's a really good comparison.
Do you think that?
Yeah.
It's like that, but
it's Pacific Rock Moss Extreme.
Yeah, intense.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but it's very, very pleasant. And I guess we put that in the wearable categories.
I would say yes.
So
possibly leaning just to slightly more masculine.
Yeah, I would say. I definitely think
because
it has
of that strong aquatic nature.
Yeah, it does have that 90s sports fragrance vibe.
Right, so we need to keep this moving along.
Yes, we're moving along very swiftly.
Time.
Yep. Okay, so now we're going to deal, and I'm going to deal with these in more depth on my channel, and we may revisit them actually properly with a Frag Chat too.
Yeah, I think we should.
Have a little brief look at two fragrances from the house of
Centauri,
which is the house of the Peter from the Fragrance View channel, Fragrance View. Of course, he's launched his own line, as many of you may know, of fragrances, and he's really, I mean, of all the people who've released fragrances recently, including some of the greatest fragrance reviewers known,
and also yourself.
I did too. His is the one where he is the actual perfumer, and he's done everything himself.
Yeah.
So you have to take your hat off to him. A huge risk to himself. So I think both of us really do have respect for the guts that took. And he's got 2 new releases, which Claire will hold here. There's nothing much to see.
So,
the samples.
We've got samples here. We have Dendera, that's the darker juice here. That's the rose incense oud fragrance. And then Gaia.
There's, carry on.
And Gaia is the one that's kind of based on Mother Earth, and it's more about ambergris, tuberose. What else?
Well, so
they're lighter, I guess. But
yeah.
I don't know. Really unusual.
Well, okay, let's talk about the notes properly in a second. So you can see the bottle design. I'm trying to save myself editing a picture of the bottle onto the thing later. Claire, again, you've done a video on your channel, you've spent time with them, but we'll do Gaia first.
Okay.
Which is the hardest one to pin down, I think.
Yeah.
Shall I read the note?
Yeah,
do you want me to read the notes out? So Gaia has notes, and this is all perfumed completely by Peter, who really believes in high quality, no compromise kind of perfuming. Green leaves, dry earth, honey, tuberose, rose, lavender, orris butter, apple, cedarwood, wormwood, patchouli, ambergris. So
I get a sweet chalkiness. Sweet, chalky,
mineralic, mineral is definitely
honey, a hint of tuberose without any of the honey or the tuberose massively taking over. The beautiful underlying chalky mineral aspect is what I think I love the most. It might be coming from the orris, and it might be the ambergris, and it might be a combination of the two. Really interesting. Almost, what did I say earlier about it being kind of like from outer space?
Like we said, we don't really know what category of perfume to put that in.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one, we can sort of say, if you like this or this, you might like this. With this, it's sort of like it's very avant-garde or otherworldly. Yeah,
really unusual.
Which is to his credit, but it smells like a very well crafted. It's not sort of someone was just messing around and made something a bit strange. It's a well-rounded perfume.
Yeah,
but
it's got development. It's got great longevity. It has some really nice but gentle changes on your skin.
There's a sort of greenness and a freshness and a woodiness. So my first impression, I said, maybe I'll like this one best.
Yeah.
Because that's what I sort of tend to like.
It seems to have a cleanliness about it.
Yeah. But it's not a sort of typical
It's not soapy. It's not soapy
fresh.
citrus.
You can't, no.
Absolutely not.
You can't say it smells like anything much that you've smelled before.
No.
Certainly not from really famous perfumes. So both very intrigued by that one. And I definitely pick up on a honey note, as in bee, actually, on that one. So, very, very nice first impression. But we're going to revisit that probably, I think. And I personally will try and give a more in-depth review very soon. Now, Dendera, I think we can get sort of it's easier to describe.
Easier to explain, I think. Because I'm a lot more at home with the ingredients in that there's resins, there's rose, there's a little bit of oud.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, orris butter, rose absolute, incense resins, Indian sandalwood, Vietnamese oud, Haitian vetiver, Madagascan vanilla and white ambergris.
Yeah, I think the notes here really help to explain to anyone how the fragrance is going to smell. And to me... So I've sprayed some on my skin in the end because I really like it. So smell it on skin because you've not smelt that on skin.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's really good, isn't it? To me, incense is the main player.
Right.
As it gets to the dry down, you get some dry vetiver. In the opening, it's really earthy, and there's to me, it's like baked spices.
Smoky,
very dry, very smoky. It's very. I'd say it's very smoky. Maybe that's going too far. It's quite smoky.
A bit smoky.
Bit smoky, but without it being too smoky. Very incensey, a bit floral. I don't necessarily pick up myself that it's rose. I feel like it's more of an
think
abstract floral
okay.
with incense. But you actually smell the rose, don't you?
I think that I do.
Yeah.
And we both said that we found some part, not that it smells massively the same, but a passing similarity perhaps to Andy Towers' Maroc Borel and or Les Desert Marocaine.
We're just talking ballpark.
If you like those, you might be interested in this. That
Mm.
would be a fair comment, I think.
In the dry down, you get a lot more of the vetiver, and it's a very grassy and dry vetiver. It seems to blend with the woods and the incense, but there's always this sweet resinous aspect that stays throughout the whole wearing. I'm really, really enjoying this
and
one.
a subtle sweetness.
Yeah.
He says Indian sandalwood. I don't know, but we imagine he may have used real sandalwood.
No, he said in his
the
video
real deal.
he's used real sandalwood. Yeah.
So there's very, very high quality, expensive ingredients, and reflecting that, I think this one is slightly more expensive,
It's more expensive
than the other one.
but I think it's really reasonable. I can't remember the price. It's like £120 to £130.
Okay.
And I think it's really reasonable, bearing in mind he's got real oud in here, he's got real ambergris, he's got real rose. They are expensive ingredients.
Yeah. And
so, yeah.
lovely packaging as well.
Packaging is amazing, on point.
So
really
it's
good.
a kind of a first impression here, and more to come on that on my channel for sure, because it deserves more. But we'll link the Zoologist and Peter's website for the fragrances.
Yeah, he's currently out of stock of Dendera, but he is restocking, and the sample packs as well. He's restocking mid-February. He has, as far as I know, still got Gaia. But if you want to sample it, which I would suggest everyone always samples first, sample it. Just wait for him to restock mid-February.
So we'll link both websites in the description, and it's really exciting ones to try out. Really, some real big heavy hitters there today. So it's been a pleasure to join you. We're actually going to shoot a live video on Claire's channel now, which is why we slightly hurried because we want to be on time. But we'll see you soon for the next episode of Frag Chat, and I'll put the link to the upload of the live stream too, which could get very messy.
Yeah, it might
so
do,
who knows what's going to come there. Poor choice of word. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next video. Bye.